Hey guys, this is Team Winnings Bryan again. Next deck I'm doing is Oracle Think Tank. Now, the thing about my Oracle Think Tank, as you see, I have my 4 heal triggers, the Lozengus Magus, and they're my starter. Any one of them's the starter. Um, this is not a CEO deck, which is going to be kind of funny when you see what this is. I'm actually doing this as Soulless Coco for current version. Current version right now isn't that great. I still have fun with it, which is why I play it. It'll be a lot better in set 7 when they get their new starter, which I think is Lulu. I think her name's Emerald Witch Lulu. But anyway, it's your heal trigger and also your starter. It's when you ride an Oracle Think Tank on it, it calls itself out, and then when it boosts, it gains power 3000, and then at the end of the turn, it shuffles itself back in. Shuffling heal triggers back in is actually very sound, especially if you don't, if you don't have another booster and you're not afraid of taking too many hits. It's really good to get them back in there, especially if you're just drive checking them, because it just lets you heal more, which is very effective. So that's the only time. That's currently the only time I'm actually going to do my triggers out of order. People most of the time will see that I do my triggers in alphabetical order of crit, draw, stand, or crit, draw, heal, stand. Next up is, like I've said before, play 8 crits on almost everything. So I have 4 Psychic Birds and 4 Oracle Guardian Nikes. The Psychic Bird has the additional ability of you can add it to Soul to draw a card. Depending on how it's going, 9 times out of 10 you're not going to use this ability unless it's mid to late game after you've Coco'd. I'll show you why when I get to Coco. Most of the time you're just going to block with it. And then the other thing is I'm running 4 draw triggers. I'm running the Victory Maker, which is the new draw trigger out of set 3. There's none of the draw triggers currently for Oracle Think Tank have an effect, so it doesn't really hurt that I'm running Victory Maker. It just kind of looks neat, and it's better than an elephant or a rat. I'd rather have a Birdman. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it on that. Next, my grade 1 lineup, and my grade 1 lineup is very weird in this deck. First off, I play 2 Petal Fairies. I use them as early game boosters. Basically, you boost with it. If you boost and you hit, you can drop a card from your hand, draw a card. So usually what I'll do is I may drop an extra Petal Fairy. Most of the time I drop draw triggers, and I'll go draw another card. Usually she's used early game. Next card I play is I play 2 Withergorm Oaks. I don't like playing 3 of her. She's your classic Vanguard booster. If some certain condition applies, they gain power 4000 whenever they boost something. She's a little bit different because hers requires 4 or more cards in hand, and that's on boost. So it doesn't happen before a drive check. Normally, I will have 4 cards in my hand, so she's useful, but there have been a lot of times where I haven't, and she hasn't been as useful. That's why I only play 2. Next, and this one's really going to blow your mind, probably, is I play 3 of One Who Gazes at the Truth. I tend to not ride this guy. I tend to actually turn 1, throw him up front, and then try and Soul Blast away my card, as funny as that sounds. His ability is Soul Blast 1. When it attacks, you can pay the Soul Blast. If you do, it gains power 3000. So it goes from being 6 to a 9. Really only useful early game, and really I just use it to get that card out of my soul. I'll show you why as we go along. And then I play 4 Chocolat. It's your Perfect Guard, discard an Oracle Think Tank from your hand when she's called to the Guardian Circle. Whatever Oracle Think Tank card you choose cannot be hit. And then 4 of the classic 8K vanilla beater. We call him Jiminy. It's an inside joke. It's actually called Oracle Guardian Gemini. We just call him Jiminy. Jiminy Cricket. And that's all my 1s. So my next is my 2s. Play 3 Toms. I don't like playing 4 Toms just because, granted, he is an 8K. He's got one of the best effects in the game, which is when he attacks, they can't block with grade zeros. So basically they can't block with any of their 10k shields. So what you usually end up doing is mid to late game, you'll end up trigger stacking crits onto Tom and then just swinging at him, and they can't do anything other than block with a perfect guard. And they better hope they have that perfect guard when he goes in. There have been a lot of games that Tom has ended just because they can't block with their grade 2s, or their grade 0s, sorry. And then for Oracle Guardian Wiseman, it's your classic 10k beater. Not really much else to say about this. Then the card that's probably going to blow your mind, and I've seen a lot of people splash this. It is just like Tom has the best effect. This is the best splash card in the game. High Speed Bracky. It's a Spike Brothers card. The main reason why I say this is the best splash card, especially for this deck, is it's Soul Blast 1, gain power 5,000, and then shuffle itself back in. The shuffle part is kind of bad. The part that's huge is that he's a 14k for one Soul Blast. So in this deck, where you have a lot of 5, 6k boosters, that's how you're making your 20k column most of the time, which is very useful. Naturally, in set 7, there will be replacements. I think we get Battle Sister Glaze. There's another one that's like a 9k discard a card. It gains +3, so it'll be a 12. Makes it easier to make 20k columns with Jiminy. But so far, this is the only way to make a non-Vanguard 20k column in this deck that I can currently think of. So definitely play 4, and he also goes with the Soulless theme, so it's very useful. And then my grade 3s, sorry. Yeah, for some reason grade 4's on my mind today. I hope they never do it. Got 4 Scarlet Witch Coco. She is the bread and butter of this deck. If you have no cards in Soul, she gains power 3,000, so she becomes a 13k, which is really good. The next ability is Counterblast 2. When she's placed on Vanguard, if you have 1 or less cards in your Soul, you can pay the Counterblast. If you do, draw 2 cards. So what you end up trying to do with this deck is you're trying to do One Who Gazes at the Truth or Bracky. Let me go ahead and pull them out just so you can see what you're doing. And you're trying to Soul Blast away your stuff as you're, basically play one of these, Soul Blast the card out from under it. So when you get to the stack, you're sitting at a, oh, sorry, that was my Facebook going off. You're sitting at a no stack, except for the card you just wrote. So then you get to draw your 2 cards, and then you can always attack with one of these first. And after you attack with one of these, then she gets the power 3,000. So it's really useful. It'll be better again with either the structure deck or the next set, because then you'll have a lot of 7k boosters outside of Circle Magus. Currently I don't play Circle Magus in here. I may change my mind on that though. And then the other grade 3 I play in here is I play 4 Omniscience Madonnas. The deck does like to cycle cards. I do like to cycle, especially get back to Bracky, or to try and fish out another One Who Gazes at the Truth if it comes down to it. I'll usually pitch draws again, or say extra Petal Fairies or Weathergirl Oaks if I have them, to just cycle through my deck and see what I can get. So that is my current Soulless Coco build. I know it's not probably one of the best decks I have, but honestly, it's a deck that I have a lot of fun with, and a pretty decent amount of people like how I have it. So that would be deck 4 for today, and I will probably post some more later on, but other than that, thank you guys for watching. As always, comment, rate, subscribe, ask questions, ask for personal videos, however you want it. I'll do whatever you guys pretty much want me to do. So other than that, team winning out.